Hello and welcome to the YPL podcast. Today we've got Sirdapskie, the holy commissioner, the fucking god of this shit. We've got Luis here, Vikings user. What's going on, fellas? How's it going?
What up? What is
Yo.
new?
It's been an interesting last couple weeks in YPL. I think it's fair to say. We just had a few of the wildcard games go down. Week 18 was pretty crazy. We saw some teams play. We saw a huge upset over the Panthers getting the win over fucking Steady, the Bears guy. We had him on last pod for our reoccurring viewers. That's the dude we're talking about. Give us your thoughts on it, Mitch. What do you think? What do you think about the whole situation over there?
I'll be totally honest. I didn't watch the Steady AG game, but it just kind of goes back to what we've said about AG before. He's oddly good at Madden. Kind of dubious a few game weeks ago. Gave up the fourth win to the Saints. I assume just he, didn't have it in his schedule, in those 2 days, so he just conceded it. But no, AG can beat anyone. Definitely Viper can't beat him. So next year we should probably put him in the same division. But yeah, no, it's surprising, obviously, to see Steady lose. But you look at the box score, he ran the ball 6 times, 3 with his running back, 3 with Caleb Williams. It's never a recipe for success. I think he threw 4 picks maybe as well. So good for AG. Kind of in a weird way. I've never been a one to root for AG. So not that I'm disappointed that he lost. I won't necessarily be rooting for AG in the next round. Depends, I guess. Depends who he's playing. But it's nothing against AG, just being totally honest. Maybe just the TJ affiliation, the loose TJ. But no, AG is a good player. I mean, a lot of guys, like I say, I'm all about user skill and like making user plays. But a lot of guys have success in Madden in general, and this year in this league, playing like a pretty reckless, throw the ball a lot, throw it to your running back a lot. And then, the safe play is throw it to your running back. But just kind of chunking the ball around and, defense is hard. So it can be effective.
Defense is definitely hard. That's a good analysis. Luis, you played your game today. It was a defeat to the number 2 seed, but you showed, some prowess. You showed some veteran skill and some stripes. Give us your rundown on that game. Like, starting in quarter 1, the play, and then kind of continuing through to 2, 3, and 4. Like, there was an obvious shift in your mental preparation. While we were watching. So give us what you thought about that there.
Right. So going into the game, I wanted to limit his throwing to Theo Johnson, which I didn't do very well. He had like 6, 10 catches, whatever. Yeah. So I got fucked on that. That was my game plan going in. I just wanted to limit that. I know he likes doing a lot of vertical routes from bunch. He likes doing RPOs. I just wanted to limit that. Always manning up the slot to try to stop the RPO. And so going into it, I liked how I got him taking a 3 in his first drive. I then scored 7. He scored 7. I scored 7, and then I think he kicked another field goal. And I felt good, going into the half. I had the last possession, I think, or he had the last possession. But I was up 4 going into the half, or I was up 1 point. And then, I don't know. I immediately after the half, I had Omaha activated. I think something just got scrambled up in my brain. I just got too confident. I didn't make the correct read. I don't know. I threw a pick.
Held him to a field goal.
Did I hold him into a field goal?
Yeah, so it was 28-27 out of half. You threw the pick. Then he kicked a field goal, so it was 30-28. And then you threw another pick?
Yeah, I threw another pick down the sideline to his linebacker, Okiriki, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, threw another pick, and I mean, like with a player like Towels, you can't be -2 turnover differential.
I mean, those are the only two like mistakes of the game.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
and I
you
ended up
scored every
losing.
single time.
Yeah. So I mean, those two mistakes cost me in the third quarter when I was playing near perfect ball. So fourth quarter, I kind of let loose. I mean,
Hey, real quick, shout out Towels that 28-24 going into half, knowing Luis gets the ball after half, and he fucking stood on business and got the field goal on a 4th and goal at the 2, which is not a gimme. But he stuck to the game plan there, took his 3, trusted his defense, and then got rewarded for it. A lot of guys get greedy there, and they really want the touchdown, but 2 yards on 4th and goal is a long 2.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he always took his points, and ultimately that's 6 points that he took, 6 points he beat me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good game plan by him. Fourth quarters ended up chucking it deep. Should have been doing that maybe the whole game, but yeah.
Well, it's not open the whole game, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
like a couple of those, he just was gone off the snap. So it's like,
Yeah, definitely disappointed. I mean, this is my 4th year losing in the first, second round. My first. So we'll see. We'll see what we have in store next season.
It was almost looking like we were going to get Steady in AG2, a team that barely kind of sneaks in, needs some help to get in, only wins 9 games, and, knocks down a kingpin in Steady, who was, for the majority of the season, pretty unbeatable and very dominant in his games. But, there's always next year, there's always following years. Like, we've been doing this a long time. Maybe it's just a little bit of lack of playoff experience, and it's something you can grow from, When you lose in the playoffs, especially when it's close, I was saying earlier, it really hurts more to lose by 2 or 3 or even 1 than it does to lose by 20 or 30. Because 20 or 30, you're out of the game. You lose by 1 or I lost Super Bowl to Mark by 2 or 3 points, and it gutted me. It gutted me. But you kept it close with a guy that was really good and knows how to adjust and openly talks about his willingness to adjust and his dedication to the game. He's definitely dedicated. So what can you do? You played your ass off. You almost got him out of there, and you'll be playing in the second or third schedule for the NFC, like your power rankings for the division. So you should be in fine shape. Just got to retool and get back at it. And that's my thoughts on that. But it has been a crazy couple weeks, especially towards the end of the season. For people who weren't aware, the Chiefs guy goes and sweeps me, is on the teetering edge of the playoffs. He's beating Steady by 31-12 with 5 minutes left. Steady recovers 2 onside kicks and wins the game. Because of that, he leaves the league directly after. So we have a new Chiefs in. We thought that potentially
he was up 31-12. I didn't even hear about this.
Oh yeah, we can go into it a little bit.
I heard about the onside kicks, but I didn't realize it. I figured it was like down a touchdown, and then maybe he got greedy and did one when it was tied or something. 31-12. Wow.
31-12. Steady takes the lead by a few points, maybe 2 or 3. Chiefs gets the ball back and throws a pick.
I saw that. He's dropping back 30 yards, getting thrown out of sack.
It's rare
when he was up 31-12. He's throwing the ball all over the field, not chewing clock, manually at least, not taking his time.
No, it's one of those things where if he could have taken his time, he would be in the league right now. We wouldn't have had to go get a replacement, and he's going to be playing me in the wild card, which is someone I didn't want to see. So I'm really happy that I get to play Viper now. It was like a weight off my shoulders because I don't know, my games with him are crazy, and I think that on paper, I could lock Viper down, and I've been beating him. But that Chiefs guy had my number a little bit, so shout out Terry for saying he's my kryptonite.
And Irish exit too. To my knowledge, he didn't even say anything in the chat.
No.
He saw the scheduling channels for the playoffs. Saw there was no Chiefs. He proved that he could read at least. Saw that there was no Kansas City and just bounced. Even left the league on Madden too. Most guys are too dumb to leave the league on Madden. They leave either Discord or Madden, one or the other. They don't do both. The brain is like,
It's like that fucking male, like, you ever see the clip of Joe Rogan where he's like, oh, where he's like fucking like making these weird animal noises.
Yeah.
That's like what comes
Gorilla.
out after a loss like that, and you're just like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing this anymore, get me out of here. But he made a mistake. He should have stuck around. I mean, he was critical gameplay wise, like it was a little sussy, but like we have dudes doing this kind of shit in and out every week forever, so it is what it is.
If he was like 10% of a decent scheduler, I think he had a couple fair sims and at least one forced loss due to just not scheduling. Otherwise, he like won a lot of games. So what, he finished 10-7, probably 9 of those 10 wins he probably actually played, and I'd say 3 of his 7 losses he probably didn't even play.
Yeah, he
So
just wasn't picking it up.
Opportunity for sure to make
Miss opportunity
in YPL lore.
And if you flip it to the NFC side,
because no one, sorry, I'm stream of consciousness. No one will remember it's Jose in a few months. Like he won't have a lasting impression for the aforementioned reasons. But he had an opportunity to be a one of those fillers, if you will, that people remember.
Like Holland.
Man, fuck
even
Holland.
A Menace or a whoever, they're remembered for other reasons, but it's tongue in cheek, but it's funny because he had an opportunity. Shit, he beat you twice.
He did. He beat me twice.
I played him down to like a 3-point game. Someone recent, obviously the steady game, he's had him beat. So
which is a good measuring stick, right?
Player. Yeah.
He was a good player. He was kind of like a Mutt style player. I don't want to go too deep into this guy because he's gone, and you're right. We're giving him a spotlight for fucking quitting like a pussy. So if you're watching, it's Jose. I know you added me. Fuck you, motherfucker. You can take me off your friends list because I got no love for you. Get out of my division, you bum. But I want to talk about the NFC quickly. Then we're going to get into some fucking prompts and other things because we got a lot to talk about here. NFC side, we bring in a dude to beat AG so Mish can make the playoffs as I was punching the numbers. Mish was 9-8. Luis, you were 9-8, right?
No, I was 10-7, yeah.
10-7, and then AG was 9-8. AG sneaks in because they went down to the third tiebreaker. It was like head to head. They didn't play. NFC wins. They both had the same amount of NFC wins. In their common opponent games, AG had 2 more wins against common opponents because he played Marcus twice. We called this new Eagles guy in to beat him. This guy Cole from my Discord. If you're watching Cole, you're a degenerate gambler. You gamble everything you have until you're in the negatives with your bookie. So embarrassing on you. He goes and destroys AG, and I guess AG was just like he destroyed him and
destroyed.
And then it's like AG comes back and whoops the shit out of Steady. Like he whooped him. Like how does that Madden math work?
That is the enigma that is AG.
He's legendary for that. I'm not even kidding. He's such a strange.
And he beats Viper with his hands tied behind his back, like while he's watching something really weird on TV. Like I guess at the end of the day, it always comes down to the matchups, and he matches up well against Viper. I guess this guy matched up well against him.
It's a mad game we play. It's very strange.
After complaining about how weak the Eagles are in their cap, and I demand, reparation, then he just goes out there and puts a hurting on a veteran.
Yeah, a true vet, that's for sure. Pretty crazy. He must be pretty good, this new Eagles guy, because he embarrassed him.
AG still makes the playoffs. I scored more points than him. I allowed less points. Again, we didn't play each other. He beat me last year. Last year, he beat me in like week 16 and then fell apart, and I made the playoffs. I had one game better than him. So what comes around goes around, I suppose.
Seems like you two are so intertwined for some strange reason in Madden this year. Like you're kind of like sticking around each other for some reason, like perpendicular, just kind of hanging around each other in some weird way. Always the games and the scheduling. It's very funny. It's very funny.
Success-wise, or like, season to season, I feel like AG and I are kind of comparable. Like he can beat anybody. he's typically slightly above 500, if not better. Like, he's had his moments. Won a Super Bowl. Beat me in the playoffs. He won the Super Bowl with the Lions when I was Seahawks, I think.
I don't know if he had Seahawks.
I didn't make the playoffs the first year with Seahawks. Panthers. Yeah, Panthers, Lions, I think. Year 2. Could be wrong. But that was one of those JIT type playoff runs with Jared Goff.
Crazy. That GIF playoff run is not going to be forgotten. That was a crazy time.
Enigma, but he has stripes.
He does, and he's a YPL champion. Like, we're talking about the guy like he's a gatekeeper or something. Like, he did break through. He's not really matching the same success as that moment, but like, he's always been kind of a streaky player. But streaky players sometimes whoop the shit out of people they shouldn't, and this is what we saw last week, or this week actually, in the wild card. He embarrassed Steady. We had Steady scratching his head and looking sad, like that one screenshot of Luis where he's fucking looking sad and shit. Like, it was definitely a pretty fucking dominant win that you can actually build on, because it's 3 games to the Super Bowl. We're not in week 4. You're not fighting your division. You're already here. So you can go and do it now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Getting that first one out of the way, it gives you confidence for sure. Especially against a guy like, who cares who it is, a guy with a 15-2 record, and you beat him in the first round, it's Benny 1 seed, yeah. You beat that dude in the first round, you're like, fuck, I'll beat anybody.
And talk about Benny. If you want to talk about guys who are like in your comeback player of the year award, Mish, we're going to have the award show later. Is he leading for you, do you think?
Comeback player, I'd have to give some thought to it. My only knock on Benny is that from a community standpoint, there's not much going on there. He doesn't offer much in the way of community feel. But he's a lunch pail kind of guy. He fucking shows up. Jalen Milroe fucking whacks his ass. and then he's off in the night.
He's a gamer. And if you want to talk about a storyline that's kind of being presented, Benny was a game of the week against Towels earlier in the last couple weeks of the season. Benny waxed him. And the first thing smashed him.
Lurked him, made him look silly, threw 7 picks. No disrespect to Towels, but like a lot of excuses that game from Towels.
Surprisingly, a lot.
I mean, that's when you know that you just, not to talk shit, honestly, that's just kind of when you know you got your ass kicked. Because if it was you played well and just lost, then there wouldn't be any excuses, in my opinion. So shout out Benny.
Benny's been playing great. He's one of my fucking prospects, and if it was my way, I would love to see him in the Super Bowl. But I got some business to take care of. I'm going to fire one at you, Luis. I'm going to give you a player, and you're going to give me a characteristic, an adjective to describe them, right? You ready for this?
First word that comes to mind. Don't hold back.
Don't hold back. First word. We're not saying 2 words, 3 words. We're saying a word. Bills user. Skylar.
Oh, subhuman.
Subhuman.
Subhuman. God, easy off the rip.
Subhuman. All right, Commissioner. The Viper.
Oh, he's kind of nondescript, honestly, not super active in the chat. To me, I don't really have a one word for him. He's like honestly, he's like a nondescript AG to me.
So he's like a knockoff AG, essentially.
I mean, he's not super active in the chat. Gameplay wise, he's, one of a million jillion people like Jalen Waddle. Yeah, no, sorry, Viper. I don't have a one word adjective for you.
It's okay. We'll give you one more, Jawsy.
Electric.
That's a good one. I'm going to fire back with you, Mish. Your divisional mate, some would say a rival. Steady. If you don't say beatable, then no one's going to respect you.
No, I would say actor. I feel like I finally figured Steady's all shtick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's especially on his stream. I think it's evident at this point. He's like he's got a fucking shtick going on, and he's pretty good at it. He doesn't really break character. He may have last night when AG was, you know, doing his way with him, but he's his stream. He's committed to his act, I'll say, and it's pretty funny, honestly.
He is kind of funny, but I think you do have a soft spot for the guy after we almost bullied him to kill himself last season. Kill himself on Minecraft. Sorry, shout out, kill yourself on Minecraft.
Shout out.
Shout out Minecraft.
All right,
there's-
Shalom, what about you?
Me? Oh, you're gonna give me one, so give me a team.
Yeah, give him one.
Terry.
Terry. Son.
Oh,
I've been calling this motherfucker out. We have this trashy Week 18 game that he wants to talk shit about. He frickin' forgets when I whooped him in Season 2 and had him the same way how Benny had fucking towels bent over.
Yeah, you kind of crashed out that game, so.
Dude, I was fighting demons. I was
Week
fighting
18
demons.
game, so I'm hopeful that it's one of those, you know, Patriots beat the Giants in Week 18 and then lose to them in the Super Bowl. Should just be motivation, hopefully.
I'm very fired
But
up for this game.
You're not a humble, motivated guy, so.
I mean,
we'll see.
When you look at it from my perspective, it's like to put it bluntly, it's a pedigree of winning that I don't like. I hold myself to a standard, and I have not played my best this season, but I'm really, really serious when I say I'm bringing the best version of myself in this run, and I feel very sharp, and I feel very mentally aware. And just the one thing with me, I don't know if it's the problem with you guys, I don't have a pass rush. Like, I may have one guy with a ton of sacks, but like 4 of his sacks were sim sacks. Like, it's really been a struggle without setting pressure to get a 4-man rush going. It's very difficult for me.
I don't either. Luis doesn't even really either. That game we just played was probably the most sacks he's had in a game all year, huh?
Yeah.
And those were just, that was, what's his face got in the zone. What's his name?
Oh,
Nix?
Kayvon?
Oh, yeah.
Thibodeau,
yeah,
Thibodeau got in the zone and got like 2 sacks in a row. But outside of that, it still wasn't even, like, Hutchinson was a nobody. Does one of your DTs have superstar?
Yeah, Aleem McNeil.
Wingo? Oh, Aleem McNeil. Yeah, I mean, for having 2 like dominant edge guys plus a 90-something superstar D tackle, the pass rush is abominable. Abominable.
I mean,
abominable. Abominable.
I mean, yeah,
abominable.
Like,
Is that the word you're looking for? Abominable.
Is it abominable?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at your stats. Like, if you have that X factor inside stuff guy, whatever, but like a 78 overall with 79 speed, D tackle, like 90 strength, like pretty good attributes, should like make some plays, right? And you look at D tackles across the league with a lot of downs played that don't have abilities and stuff, but like should be good players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 8 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, like 30 tackles, like a full season's worth of reps. You know, in real life, interior linemen like wreck games. No named interior linemen fuck shit up. And our tackles for loss, like clogging up holes, you know, demanding 2 blockers at one time. Like, Madden still hasn't mastered that level of, if you want to call it sim, whatever. I mean, bodies taking up space like they would in real life, as far as defensive tackles go. Like, that dude on Viper's team is like 6'1", 400 pounds. I bet he doesn't do anything. In real life, that guy would demand an extra blocker, you know, especially on rundowns, a pulling blocker. Like, I'm sure he's totally worthless. 400-pound, 90 strength, you know, 99 strength guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't text me until that was fixed, and I was confused. I removed his points. It was supposed to be.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. I already gave him the dev.
He was like crashing out. He was like, "I'm not gonna message you for scheduling until we, fix my player." I go look at the guy's stats. He's got 2 sacks and 11 tackles for loss and 6 sacks. Whatever.
Fucking Safeway AG, Walmart AG.
Mish, I got a question for you.
What up?
You've been doing this for a long time. How many years have you been playing online connected franchise?
So the first year I ever did it online was the first year we did YPL. So I joined a league off of Reddit probably in like October maybe of, I guess that would have been 2018,
18, right?
Yeah, 2018. And then it was going pretty well, and it all fell apart after the first season. One of the commissioners, they had like 6 commissioners. Whenever you have 6 commissioners, it's always indication that it's just a little silly. So one of the guys got caught, like, doing something shady with his roster or something, and then the whole thing falls apart. But Drac was in that league. He was actually one of the commissioners, not doing anything shady. That was the Estrada and Earn and those guys. Like, and then they had, your typical jerk off, like 18-year-old, weirdos that just cause problems in the chat.
Yep.
We're well equipped with our set of those. And then when it fell apart, I was like, fuck, dude, I'm just going to start my own league. So, well, I guess I did join another league. I was in a league with Mark. That's where Mark came from. I had rookie Lamar Jackson on the Ravens.
Damn, that's fire.
Which sounds fire, but he's like a 72 overall. He couldn't throw. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that team. And so I poached Mark from that league. There's only really a handful of OG guys that started year 1, week 1. I was the 49ers that year. Mark was the OG. He was the Raiders. Logan was the Jets.
Kyle?
No, Kyle was not OG.
EK?
EK was the Lions.
Justin probably.
I played Mutt with him. No, Justin wasn't the first time around. I played Mutt with him and Justin as a random third. We fucked some dudes up low key. Damn, I have to look at the chat to see who else is OG. I'll be like, Mark, like I said. It was down to like 4 or 5 people. Let's see.
Probably Shane. No, I remember when Shane joined because
No, Shane was OG. Shit, I say I was only in one league before I started YPL. I forget. Like, there's times where I was in 7, 8 leagues at a single time, like playing all of them. It was Rimster's league. Shane was in Rimster's league. But maybe he wasn't an OG that first year. I mean, the OGs are really gone.
Marcus probably, right?
No, really, it's just Mark, and he's not really Mark, EK, and Logan was one of them. Yeah, that's crazy. No, you, Marcus, Jake all came in that first cycle.
Yep.
You Packers, Marcus Vikings, Jake Colts. Kyle came in Madden 20 late in the cycle as the Saints.
Marsh's Saints, right?
Marsh's Saints, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll never forget because he signs DeAndre Francois off my practice squad, who's a quarterback from Florida State. He's like a 62 overall, but fast. And to that point, no one was really doing that yet in YPL, the first 2 cycles. No one was like trying to ball with this, Tyree Jackson or whatever, 58 overall. And I was like, oh, this guy's going to fucking sign Francois, like, thinks he's good at Madden. And I'm sure he balled out with him. I don't really particularly remember. But that was my first exposure to Kyle, which was pretty funny. And then that devolved into, Philip Holiday with Mark and, well, I mean, you had Dewey McDonald, but he
never debbed.
He was so old he couldn't.
I really was doing like 90 speed linebacker, like maybe 5'10", like lurking dudes. It's because I came from a background that was mutt. And my first league, I had the Colts and I won 3 Super Bowls in the league. And then the 4th season, I remember the dude. I joined the group me like not long ago, maybe like a year ago or 6 months. And I joined the group me because I left it because they kicked me out. And the 4th Super Bowl I went to, which is like crazy dominance, like I was a cheeser back then. Um, I was down 30-0 against the commissioner after I beat him like 2 different times in the playoffs and shit, whatever. And I just pulled the plug and I like disappeared. And like I came back and the league was like dissolved in like 2024. So I didn't. I mean, I may crash out at times, but I'm not gonna quit a game. Like, but I definitely did. Like when I was younger, I was definitely the quitting type. I was a great hammer and a terrible nail. Now I'm a solid hammer and a bad nail, but a bad nail, well, that won't quit. Yeah, so let's chill, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of dudes in here, I'm sure, who have similar backgrounds with franchise. Like, the technology, like Discord wasn't really a thing when my first couple leagues were, or I guess the first one was Discord, but you had the group me and like the technology definitely helps commissioners like keep a hold on things.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you get a little bit older, and when you have a good group of guys in a solid league, it prevents you from, wanting to go haywire like that, I think.
Sure. That's fair. I think we got a little off topic there, but that was for you new listeners, especially people who have only been in the league for a few seasons, or this is your first or second cycle. This is like crazy knowledge that's being dropped, crazy historical knowledge that people don't really bring up in the chat. But
I figured we do a little deep dive where it called for it.
It's dope. It's a cool idea. But I had an idea, and I think about stuff to present to the podcast, participants and for the viewers to enjoy. And Luis, I'll go with you first. Give me a word to look up in the all-time Discord search bar, and I will find the first use of it or the funniest use.
You
Give me a
should
word.
you should ask the general chat to give you some prompts if you haven't done that.
Oh, I actually got some data from the people. I have like a whole DM list here. I'm gonna review a little later, but I think this is like a funny thing to do. So
Yeah, I like
go
this.
for it, Luis.
What
Give me a
about
word?
Pussy with the knee?
Okay.
Poosie.
No, Pussey. Shout out
Yeah,
Dewan.
Pussy. Oh, that was a good
That's
one.
the Dewan spelling of pussy. Whoa, why did I get so zoomed in? What are we doing?
Let's scroll.
It looks fine.
Oh.
The origin of the word Pussey. I'm already down to 2 years. This is definitely a Dewan interpretation. By the way, heart out to Dewan. I'm not sure what's going on with him. It seems like he's like a down and out kind of guy. So I hope he's doing well. I know he tore his ACL, which is just terrible when you're like 35 years old. No disrespect on the age. That's just his age.
And that
roughly.
sucks. I think I didn't know that. That sucks ass.
That's not why he quit, but like it's always some shit. Like
I mean,
feel bad for the guy
ACL,
like him.
it a non-playing age is, I would imagine, would be depressing as fuck. Can't fucking move around for a couple weeks at least. Like you're on drugs, like not the good drugs. I don't know. I've never had, knock on wood, I've never had a serious injury like that. My wife tore her ACL freshman year of high school cheerleading.
Well, that's rough.
I feel like it would send me into a bad way.
Well, let's hope you don't get in the future. I did find not the first source, but very soon after. The first thing he said with Pussey was "What's up, Pussy?" But I did find a hilarious conversation.
One, right?
It was the one, yes. The one is the first and the only to ever interpret that word in the chat. Luis said this. And Dewan, I know after 600 women, you have had to at least fuck one dude. The statistics are not in your favor. This goes back to an old joke where Dewan said he fucked like 800 chicks. Noah's talked about it in the chat, whatever. Dewan says,
but that doesn't mention pussy anywhere.
But this is the retort. Dewan 1 says, nah, I haven't and never will smash a man, let's be real. Wanaka and Rockman get more throat and pussy than you. That's fucking silly. That's silly. Deleted user. What? All caps. But you're my little brother, Luis. I'll teach you soon.
What?
That
When
is
was that?
crazy.
2 years
This
ago?
was December
Uh,
6th, 2021. Years, brother.
oh my
Years.
god,
That's
4
3
years.
years ago.
Well, that's good. Who
Never
gave me
know
that
who
word?
the
That was so
deleted user
flustering.
is.
Deleted use? That was me. I think I was in the Discord a couple times. Did you? Who gave me the word? Was that Louis? Yeah, Mish. Give
Yeah.
me
That
your
was
word, man.
Luis.
Give me your word. And don't get me demonetized, okay? I don't want these videos to
Yeah,
go.
no, I know.
You can be like, PG 13. What's the step above that? PG 18, I guess. Don't drop a slur that's serious. If you want to call
Twerk.
someone twerk, sure.
Twerk, what the fuck?
Hopefully, it'll give you all forms of twerk, like twerking on that thing, twerking all up and down.
It's a
your
lot of
fucking
twerking
feet.
gifs, that's for sure. And it's usually Jawsy and Jake Lad posting bitches twerking.
It doesn't do the word twerk.
It does the word twerk. The first twerk. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You know what? Since you opened up a can of worms, at the end of the podcast, I will edit in the message so the viewers can see it. Go look at YPL General real quick. Deleted user, of course. Let's go take a look. That is fucking mad,
That
bro.
gif?
Yeah, that's the first deleted user 4 years ago. I wonder who that could be, right?
Motherfucker, that's you.
I was maybe is it the same deleted user? I was thinking it's got to be Mark, but
It was me. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100%. But I'm pretty sure it's me.
Charlotte would always post gay gifs.
And Luis, you were like sneakily, gaily influenced by them, and you would like message me shit like "wait till I'm 18" and whatever. But you and Mark had like some strange romance thing that superseded even me and you. Like we didn't have anything. For reference, I was not. He was a minor in his state. He was not a minor in my state, and I was not hitting on anybody.
Okay.
So like that's the premise. FBI agent that watches me, I am clear in your eyes. Okay.
No, I mean, I joined this league when I was like 17. I got groomed by Mish, Mark, Shala, by everybody.
But who was like the groomer that
if I
like you
groomed
learned the
you,
most
it
from?
was like to teach you how to fucking like write a check and fucking a bank account and shit. That's all I've got to say.
Definitely Mark.
You think Mark was the worst one, like the most like devious and devilish kind of character?
Mark had his hand in everything, literally.
Oh,
And I mean, shout out N-word chat.
I'm getting off this topic. Thank you,
But
gentlemen,
clear
for that.
you've never seen Mark in person, so he didn't literally have his hands in everything.
Right.
Was he virtually like, I'm gonna pull your pants down and everything, like text you shit, like because I saw messages like that, and these things did happen. There are screenshots. It's not just
Yeah, but they were like
shit.
y'all were like the same age at the time.
He's like 26.
What the fuck?
He was like 19. You were 17.
Fuck no, he was not 19, Mission.
20. He's not that much older than you.
He's a year older than me, and I'm 25, or at least 8 months.
right now.
So
he's older.
Luis, you're 23 now. 22.
Yeah, 22.
I thought you were 21, Luis. You're surprisingly youthful for like a twink that's all used up like that.
What?
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Y'all are fucking sick.
Okay, I'm changing the topic. This is
No
good.
comment.
This happens every fucking podcast with you, Luis. I'm trying to think. You're like the homoerotic catalyst, you know, creating crescendo events. I'm bringing out the big words for the podcast. Mish, in your years as commissioner, you've had to deal with characters that were tough to deal with. Kind of think of like you're the commissioner of the NFL, you're the commissioner of the UFC, Dana White, he's like kind of like the
like
president,
the Josh Gordons of the league.
These guys who just they stick
Pac-Man
around.
Jones.
Exactly, like problem childs, the guys in your league. If you could make a tier list of a few, you don't have to rank them, or maybe even just one. Like who are the toughest guys?
I'll put together a roster.
Starting five?
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, there's the obvious Jit.
Yeah.
That's the most recent like obvious. I got no beef with Jit. I don't think he's got beef with me. He's just demonstrative sometimes. We'll put it that way. But there's no there's no ill will there. Let's see. So he's tight end. He played tight end in high school. I know that. I mean, Brabster, but like Brabster is the kicker, I guess, or maybe the punter or the long snapper. You know, he's not really part of the team. You know, in a football sense. Then you got, I mean, at times, I think he's kind of taken Madden with a grain of salt more these days. Kyle has been tough to commissioner for at times. And he's a quarterback. Kyle's our quarterback. He's our offensive guru. So I got a tight end, I got a long snapper, and I got a quarterback. I'm trying to think of someone, you know, not just a total douchebag, you know, but someone who had some tenure that was, you know, not hated, but
if I could insert one, would you mind? Maybe
yeah,
someone
you
that's
can
tickling your
prompt
mind.
me. Yeah.
Earn the Burn was a real serious problem. I felt
mean,
like.
yeah, but he was just like, he was laughable.
He had a mean streak though.
It got strange with him. It was just like, it was kind of delusional. It was like senile. Is what it seemed like. Maybe like he fell off the telephone pole, you know, at work. Like he lived in Maine. He was just kind of a different cat. He lived out in the wilderness and shit. Like he'd crash out about his fucking Wi-Fi, like while he's throwing 9 fucking picks.
But I remember him being kind of solid. Like I remember him being like 8-9 win kind of guy.
If he didn't throw 9 picks, he would play pretty well. You know, not dissimilar to some guys that are in the league, you know, today. Penchant for throwing picks, but really Madden did something, you know, I mean, obviously I got a little bit better and more locked in and focused, but like my interceptions, just to use me for an example with McCarthy, year 1 was like 41, then 33, then 21, and now 13. Like I've gone down every year, and some of that is definitely, you know, being more locked in. But I feel like league-wide interceptions are down from the first couple seasons of this cycle for whatever reason. Defense, you know, DBs are not making as many plays or whatever, or else some guys would be in the 40s, 50s, 60s like we've had before. Plenty of gunslingers in YPL. Brett Favre would be proud. Lots of gunslingers.
Absolutely, I agree. What's your perspective on this? God, you know the Giants are a strange team in YPL. If we could highlight them for one moment. I don't care about Towels. I think he's a nice guy, but I'm not spending time talking about him. No offense to you, Towels. Just there's no point in me speaking about you. But
we're talking about the team, but not the.
We're talking about Joe Bart raised me. Man.
He seemed like a good up and comer, like a rookie of the year candidate for sure. The first season he was record wise really bad. Talked a lot in the chat, said a lot of like outlandish things. Everyone loves that. Mm-hmm. And then year 2 he was playing really well, kind of against a weak schedule, last place schedule, but was playoff bound and just crashed out on a scheduling tiff. It was close-ish to Christmas. No.
Yeah, it must have been
close-ish to Christmas. Maybe like the 20th or the 19th. It wasn't even quite Christmas yet, and I think he was. I could be wrong. I want to say he was trying to schedule with what's his face, Juke. No. Juke probably would have been gone by then. Anyway, trying to schedule, and I'm like, dude, like, let's get a time going. And he's like, fuck this, like, it's fucking Christmas, dude. I'm like, I fucking schedule this shit. Fuck you guys, I'm out of here. Like, all right. No, he's like, you fucking kicked me out of the league. All right.
It's a
Like
funny
he's 17 when he's like
he's going to
team went to the
playoffs.
playoffs. That
Yeah,
team went to the playoffs
just
with
without him.
a one game user. I can't remember
Crazy.
who. Oh, the guy literally played the playoff game, lost, and then stayed through the off season and quit when we got to week 1. Just bounced.
Oh, he played TJ in the playoffs, and he was like whooping
Yeah.
TJ's ass, lurking him and shit, fucking it up. And then TJ like flipped the script and then like beat him by like 40. And he was he was winning, bro. He was winning big.
He had no offense, but he was clamping like his offense was like, very low bar. But he was fucking TJ up defensively for a minute. Yeah.
What was that? Clicks?
No, Clicks is the guy that I got rid of. I don't even remember why at this point.
Mish, put yourself.
I think he rubbed me the wrong way right off the bat. It's first impressions, hard to come back from.
That's player like users under the age of like 20 years old is like they just kind of don't get it. Even like 18 is a little too young. People have lives and they have to schedule, and it's very specific. It's a sensitive thing,
90+% of the young, call them teenage if you want, Madden players don't work out.
Yeah, that's true.
Rockman did for a little bit, but Rockman's on the team. He's a wide receiver, I guess. Rockman, wide receiver, Jit, I love you. Tight end, Kyle, quarterback, and Bradster, long snapper, Bradster. We're wearing like number 67.
Interesting.
Single bar, face mask.
Okay. I'm sorry to cut everybody off and get off topic here. There is a little bit of a thing I did in the past few days. As the league may or may not know, for some people who are just starting to watch, I run Game of the Week in tandem with Mish. We, trying to supplement for the fact that Owners Mode doesn't have breakout games. I think it's been fairly successful, but I have some testimonies from players who I asked what they thought about it, and I told them this exactly. If you could rank the Game of the Week system out of 10, what would you give it? I'm going to say what this person said, and hopefully we can all guess who it is. I know who it is, but I think it's pretty obvious, right? Let's see here. I asked them to rank it out of 10. They said, like honestly, this is end quote, like honestly, a 6.7/10 thing is motherfuckers be selling. What could you do is add props to it, like keep the pick'em and add like this, a person does that, and so you get maybe half a point for what a whole one for guessing the right winner. And that is me saying it for word for word.
Like verbatim.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Verbatim.
Luis, you might know who it is.
Luis, take your vote. Who do you think it is?
I'm gonna say Bills.
Okay.
Of course.
Are we unanimous in this one, Bills?
Yes.
It was the fucking Bills. It's barely English. If you're reading, we have to sit down with a motherfucking book, okay?
I'm not even gonna say he because I don't know. He may have better English in person. His typing makes NRAD's typing look like a fucking Rhodes Scholar. Like fucking George Washington reincarnate, like runs a 4.4. Typing is what I'm trying to convey. It's crazy.
He's a wild one, man. Having him on the podcast for episode 1 was such a banger. We brought up the fucking slap. He's a gold one. I've got another one here really quickly. What would you rate it out of 10? This person says, I would like to say overall, I like the way it works. See the parallel between the last two? I think the rewards are fairly balanced, and it seems like the lines / pick'em each week are good. Would probably give it a solid 8 out of 10 IMO. The one person, this critique, they do have one, is that they wish that they could be tagged for Game of the Week in the channel. They said that sometimes not enough people vote, and sometimes it's like there's a lopsided development, like teams like fucking Terry, teams like Marcus, like these guys, Kyle, they're nailing Game of the Week versus teams who are the Bengals, the guys who are like the Giants, like people who don't vote. There's a tendency to be a worse team overall.
Well, the solution to that is just to have the Game of the Week ready when I advance and make the announcement, which we got better about over time. And then generally speaking, if the game got played too quickly, you would change it. So fair critique, but I think we've made strides on combating those particular issues.
I mean,
Who's that user?
You'll never guess it, but it's Roman. Shout out
oh
Roman.
wow.
Concise and thoughtful.
He saw some things in that hot tub that really changed his life. That's for sure. Imagine seeing Mrs. fucking hot dog slinging it around like a slinky,
He said it was floating.
floating like there was a hot dog.
Probably
It
not
dropped in the.
probably not the first time he's seen it.
Oh, I'm sure he's seen it a bunch of times. But I'm not gonna put him on blast like that. I should have let that sit in my noggin. That was kind of rude. Yep, that was kind of rude.
High school sports, man. You played them.
I saw a lot of dicks when I was younger.
Hey, newsflash. You play high school sports, you see dong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, even if you're a girl, you do. So
That's true. Girl, probably more, especially if you're the one that gets fucked by the whole football team. I'm getting demonetized. I'm getting demonetized. Luis, I'm turning this podcast and you take the reins for a minute while I collect my thoughts.
All right. You know, we collected a couple of user admissions here for you, Mish.
okay.
The first one is people not liking the randomization of the ability change. They're saying it's a little unfair. You know, sometimes you get like a 90, 99 overall wide receiver getting like the worst abilities known to man, you know? So what is your take on this?
I mean, if it was up to me, I wouldn't change abilities at all.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay.
I mean, it is up to me. I mean, I understand, but there's a what did Adam Smith say? The silent hand of fucking commerce or something. Charlie, you're the historian of the group.
I believe it's something on the lines of that, but I'm not too sure.
No, I mean it's a fair criticism, but really, I think if you're picking and choosing abilities, it gets goofy and like copycatism. Everyone's gonna have the same abilities eventually because like Steady pick the abilities that are dope.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes dudes get dope abilities. So, couple guys. Trying to think. Someone just got.
Route Tech, Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors, Route Tech. I mean, he's a high overall, but shit, he got Route Tech, red zone threat, maybe.
Oh, that's fire.
That is fire, yep.
Someone recently got edge threat. Someone got inside stuff. I mean, they're out there. Also something that some people don't take into consideration is like you need to be doing those abilities at a time where the overall coincides with the right abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, or you need to keep in mind what kind of archetypes your guys are. Like, Karloftis, for example, is like a 92 overall, but you get edge threat at 90. Speed rusher. He's like 88 speed rusher, 92 power rusher.
Mm.
So you got to go up like 2 solid overalls to get the chance of even getting edge threat. So
Sure.
I mean, maybe not everyone knows that you can. I mean, you could ask me in theory, and people ask me like, "Hey, what?" Because I guess you can't see it if you can't click to edit it.
Right.
Like if you're looking at the roster from Lions' perspective, like you can't click on the abilities and see what's available, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
So I think people could be a little more like, thoughtful about when they're doing these ability changes and like some of the upgrades they're doing. Like I noticed, I always notice when the players like 92 man coverage, like 70 zone coverage.
Right.
Like homie just went straight man coverage every single upgrade. And to me, I just wouldn't do that, but I'm kind of going off on a side point. But you need to keep in mind, like, if there's zone abilities that you want in that scenario, that dude's never going to get them at 68 zone coverage.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Very fair assessment. I agree with you. You can't really be giving out the best abilities every single time. There has to be variance within the league. Not everyone can have edge threat. Not everyone can have inside stuff. It sucks. Sometimes you get like the shitty end of the stick, but at the end of the day, you are re-rolling it. It's not a given.
Yeah, and then when I do it, if they get an ability that like someone else has, if it's a cornerback and they get the ability that the other corner already has, I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So try to avoid that. And those are all, if you got guys with multiple abilities, like you got two corners that both have flat zone KO, like you can change one of those. I don't know that everyone knows that. Like that would be redundant. Two wide receivers with same ability, tireless runner, whatever. You can change one of those free.
Very, very good knowledge you just put on us.
That was insightful for sure.
And one
So
last
go on,
question.
Luis.
I mean,
I can pull it
they've
off.
added more abilities and stuff, so there's like, there's more stuff out there. They
Right.
added a few good ones this year. I'll be honest.
So we have one more question coming from
User submission, right? It's user submission.
Yeah, user submission.
Nice.
People are a lot of users. People are wondering. You made a claim the other day that we might be transferring to a comp style with no abilities, and just people want to know more about it. Maybe if you're still thinking about it.
I mean, anything like that would probably just have to go to a vote. In that scenario, I think that would be two separate votes. Do we want to go comp? Do we want to go no abilities? But no, I mean, I'll throw things out there like the commissioner, like the commissioner does gauge public interest. But no, that wouldn't be. I like unilateral decisions, but that wouldn't be one of them.
Okay, thank you, Shala. You can.
Hey, I've got a question for you, Mish, here. Just a brief one before we get into what's next. There, people sometimes after 3 or 4 seasons in a franchise start to dump their picks off and say, "Fuck it, there's not going to be a 5th or 6th season." The most we hit was 7, I think, right? Man 20, or was it 6?
I believe it was 7.
I think it was Jazzy Bull.
Yeah.
We went into season 7. I don't know if we crowned a champion season 7. Let's look at the Wall of Honor.
I believe Jazzy won the Jazzy Bowl in year 7.
Well, no, he won it in year 6, but we played a little bit into year 7. Dude, we went into like June that Madden.
Yeah, we went crazy.
Going off of that and going off of the kind of shitty Madden year we had last year, this is a big comeback. This is a big comeback for the league this year. If you could give me a percentage chance or some kind of answer, do you think we'll make it 6 seasons, or will this be the last draft and the last season coming up?
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't go another 2. I mean, we're obviously going strong into this 5th season. Where are we at? I mean, how long are these seasons taking? Let's see. Today's the 13th of February. We advanced through
season 4 started 1-9. Like that was week 1 was 1-9.
Yeah. So 35 days ish. Not bad.
Yeah.
It's fairly quick. I think at that pace we could probably break 7, honestly, if we really wanted to.
So call it 40 days. February.
We're going into like May.
That'd take us to May, through April.
Fair. Okay, that's cool. That's something that a user submitted to me as well. Kind of did a few rotating questions. At the end of this podcast, I'm going to leave the opportunity for people to ask questions in a Q&A style for the next episode. But we're getting to that point because Luis, you got to be out of here in the next 30 minutes, right?
Uh, I I should have a little bit more time.
Okay. I think it would be cool to watch the Jags game a little bit. What do you think? A little commentary crew action?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put my share screen up. Let me know in a minute if you see it. I'm going to throw it up here. Find it. Because it's not giving me shit. I got to close Discord first. Give me a fucking share screen. Here we go. And I'm going to put the volume up. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let's see. Can you guys see
What's
what
up
I'm
with-
looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up
What's
with
up
what?
with you with us getting people from Twitch chats? Recruited your second person from Twitch chat.
Hey man, I don't want the league to die, and I'm enjoying my team. I think a lot of people agree with that. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to help the commissioner and the league out. You know, I like
Mm.
my team. I want to play the fucking game. I didn't buy it for no reason or game share for no reason. That's that.
Pretty nice throw up the seam, yeah.
Not digging the Jags unis.
I don't like the white. Is it white and black? Right?
It's white
White.
on white, but those are like the 2012 unis. They have that weird striping, like on the inside, like a thin black line stripe.
Mm.
It's just not a good look.
Are you guys viewing this in high quality, or should I tune it up a little bit?
It looks good.
It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was peeping this game a little bit. Jags threw an early interception after getting a stop, which set up Jit for a short run touchdown, and just kind of been on top of his game. But I believe the Jags received the ball at halftime. So this is a big drive. I mean, coming with a touchdown here is monumental and bleeding the clock, but at least 3 is great. You can see a man alignment here, probably man coverage. You know, let's see what he calls. I think it's man. I think he shaded it outside. It's man.
It was, man.
Pass
Well,
Thomas. Oof.
ooh, that was close. I mean, Jags taking over the Army Jaguars, what, year 2?
He put a shame on the league with those Jaguars. No offense to our Madden 22 Fall Forward Hall of Famer. No offense.
I mean, it's pretty weak leaving
No.
year 2, year 3.
Sorry, I didn't respond to what y'all were just talking about. I was looking at my phone, but
Oh, big run by ETN.
Jit being locked in. I mean, no offense to Jags, but like this is a Jit game. If he not to try to reverse jinx or anything, if he didn't win this game, I'd be very surprised. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't really lose big games to guys he should beat. If you want to put it that way. Yeah, those jerseys are black.
He doesn't play down, that's for sure.
With
But the
numbers
Jags
on
beat
the
him.
shoulders too. It's just they're not. I don't know.
The Jags beat him earlier in the season. It is a large. I would like to see the Jags run the ball maybe one time against this front, but we're gonna have to see. I
mean,
think I like.
He's unproven.
Ooh, he had square.
That's a good read.
That's a great run. That's a great run. 3 timeouts. Just not getting the ball if he scores any kind of points here, unless he, of course, interception, fumble. But he's looking sharp on this drive.
Do you know who received the ball? Like first?
I believe the Jags. Jags is
half.
getting the ball at half. I would run the ball
Ooh.
right now. I would run it here. But you got to motion someone over. Look at that corner. He's gonna come in free. I would have thrown that ball. Whoa, big run by ETN. 6
Good
yards.
Yeah, get down to the 4.
Jit coming out in fucking
you-
quarters here. Looking like the
Here,
Chiefs guy.
I'm throwing here on 2nd down, and I'm running on 3rd down, and then because you only have one timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I would run it again. Look
He's
at this
going
soft
run.
box. Oh, maybe
It is
not.
it is a weak box.
I'm
I
thinking
mean,
ETN
that's
the
like a
pass here
safety.
if he gets it
I'm
off.
still throwing it though on this down, and then because you only have the timeout.
Oh, ooh.
That's actually a good thing it's a drop. That drop
Yeah.
does not.
It's a great thing it dropped. That was not what you want.
Was he coming out in a pistol?
Completed and have to call timeout.
If you don't see man alignment, you got to go RPO. But it looks like man, but it could not be. I would like horn and a
I'm
curl
running
here.
it. He's shading inside.
He's got X wide open.
Oh,
He's got X wide open for a touchdown.
The flat route.
Fucking wide open. Let's go back and I can't look back and look at that. Man, he was
he-
wide open, brother.
yeah, I
He's
think it
gonna
was
go
a
for
flat. The tight
That
end,
was
right?
me.
No,
That was
I
a
like
weak
this call
box.
here. I like this call.
If your QB sneaking it, I like it.
You got to go toss left. That's the misplay. What is he calling? Is he going to show us?
Sneaking it.
He's not showing it.
It's going to get blown up. He
It's
can't
going to be a
sneak this.
toss. It's a fake
Oh, he gets it. Touchdown, Jaguars.
No,
What
the
a
sneak.
Okay.
The sneak is almost unstoppable.
Is
Gotta
it?
That's why I
call.
said sneak there. It's in, but
Well, Jags is putting some pressure on Jit. I mean, to a T, Jits ran
that
the
was
ball really
clutch.
well. That was
That
very
was
clutch.
clutch.
That keeps him right in the game. Don't let him get a kick return. Go hit it. Go hit him here. Go hit him hard and pick that ball
It's
up.
ambitious because if he's getting the ball after half, like you can live with 3, mentally. So that's a risky play. It paid off. Super risky, really.
If you're in his shoes, I'm not against it. You're not Towels,
No,
who's
you
like
just got
betting
to be
favorite.
confident.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys in the D line, they all just get left wide. Like it's like Moses parting the Red Sea right there. It's like it almost doesn't even make sense, but fuck it, who cares? I'll root for the underdog. I'm cool with this. Jet, good decision taking it to half. We've seen crazy things happen when guys don't do this.
No doubt.
So I believe the Jags are receiving, but I could be wrong. I just know Jags got a quick stop, and then he threw an interception after. Man, feed ETN as much as you can. He's such a dominant back in this game.
Yep. I mean, it seems like some people just know how to run. They have that secret sauce.
I cannot do that.
I don't have it. Yeah, I know Luis doesn't have it.
Yeah, I try.
like 500 yards.
Yeah, I
Mish,
mean,
you should go get that backup running back for the Chiefs in the playoffs. I won't talk much about it for next season.
Oh, I mean, if
ooh,
that guy's gone. That's a good point. I mean, whoever takes over might just trade Pacheco.
I've been in his ear, and he said he's rather keep him.
I'm shopping Genty. I'd be down to make a swap that makes sense, but we'll see.
We're gonna have to see here. Got Jags, ET, and an X Factor. Deuce close. I think I'm not Towels. Sorry, I don't know every fucking formation. Virgin runs it inside. Hippolyte, the defensive player of the year. That is swallowed up, and he loses X Factor right there.
Who's defensive player of the year? Hippolyte?
Yep.
Is he number 91?
I don't know what number he is. He's the user on most.
Maybe you're talking about 13.
Yeah, he's a dog. I think 4 maybe.
I think it's 4.
Oh,
it's 4. Yeah, that's him.
Jit's one of the better headless chicken users, I think.
Oh, well, this is a big run. That's a big run right there. That saves his drive.
A lot of people are scared to run it when it gets into those long situations.
You have to say the best chance, and I might overdo it, the best chance you have of winning, you have to have a run game. You just have to. It's not a recipe for success like you saw with Steady. Throw the ball 40 times, run it 6 times.
He's going for a pass here. Just use your blitzes. He's got square.
Ooh,
throw.
inaccurate.
Oh, he's
that play's fucked up.
Damn.
Play.
It's always inaccurate.
That's rough.
Well, you can't like settle out of that goofy rollout. He can go for this.
He can go for this. Yeah, maybe I'll have to pop in the chat and let him know.
You never like settle your like quarterback movement. So it's always this shit throw on the run. Dude, there's always someone open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think is he in New England?
I don't think so. I don't have that playbook in New England.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that play is in there. It may not be New England playbook, but
it's just a man blitz. This guy cannot. He's got to block his running back. He's got to.
I would probably just run it, but I still kind of like the play.
Yep, I see Thomas on a streak.
But
that's what I would have done.
Changed it up too much.
Ooh.
Dropped it. That is not the read right there, gentlemen. The slant was much more open. That's a bad throw.
Inside slant.
So I'm saying Jit's not going to lose this game. That's a rookie mistake. But
those
are just bad habits. Like automatically checking it down to the running back. It's hard to kill those habits.
I mean, Jit shaded over the top there. A curl would have been wide open, as the most wide open throw ever. You shade over top against a curl, it's wide open.
He had a curl. I think he hot routed like 3 guys there, kind of.
You got to beef up a little bit. Oh! And he gets it back.
My God.
While the fucking Jags guy's staring at it at his feet, and now just got to call a timeout or snap this. He has to. Wow. What a waste of a timeout. Jesus, he's going to need that later.
I'm taking the penalty there, or I'm just snapping it and doing the fake hike.
And that's you could
Thanks,
just R1 a
it's
couple
funny.
times. Yeah. You don't want to lose a timeout in a playoff game because man, if Jit walks away with only 3 here, who knows what could happen on the next drive. But if I'm the Jags, I feel kind of cheated there a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's one. Madden sucks. That should be a recovery for the
I
defense.
don't like the man
Out of
blitz
10
look.
times. He's got to move that guy over. Oh, he's
It's
cooked
wide
running
open.
back. I've gotten good about reading that play now. It's funny. It's always that play when you run a zero blitz and then you have to scramble. It's always that fucking play.
Frustrating break right there. You got the ball at your feet. Your guy's too busy trying to fucking pick his butt hairs. Doesn't get it.
Yes.
Painful.
Do y'all, when you're picking your plays on defense, I pay attention to the personnel on offense, but not really like trying to know the formation by name.
I usually know, like, if someone calls single back three receivers, I can call nickel. If they call, 5
I mean, with
receivers and out of pass.
shotgun mostly.
Yeah,
It's
to a
kind of
certain
moot
degree.
for anything other.
For me, it depends a little bit. Like, I like to run certain coverages if they're like in bunch or something like that.
RPO is wide open. He may score here. The Jags guy, his defense is
Yeah, I mean-
very soft. Like, he's letting all these
Yeah.
big plays up in the flats and letting them run the
Needs
ball
to
for 5 yards
fucking
a pop.
Crowd the
This is better.
line and
This is better.
press and some shit.
This is better. There's some inexperience going on in this game, but he's not totally out of it yet. He's just got to fucking blitz everybody, make sure there's no RPO being thrown, and get to the fucking football. He may walk in here.
Ooh.
Big crack
Ooh.
at the end of that play. Gets a half yard. And that running back has been cracked a few times on number 3. He dropped the ball earlier in the drive. He would have been taken out for the whole drive if I was Jet. He'd be out for the whole drive. I can't trust that. Stretch right is the look here. Maybe those stacked receivers could be a fucking screen. I'm thinking stretch right. Stretch left here. It's bottled up.
Ooh.
It's bottled up. Quarterback has 91 speed. If the Jags had a brain in that fucking skull, he would spy him with the fastest linebacker he has, and then he would kill him when he runs. And shade underneath, make him be a baller. Make him, new users, make these guys throw
you got,
passes. Holy shit.
He's running the
He's run the ball.
inside split zone.
Ooh.
It's in. Wow.
Good blocking.
Good run. That was fantastic blocking. That guard actually did his job for once.
Read
It was a read option.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty that was a good drive by Jit. It was almost stifled by a fumble, but he ended up getting it back. The Jags must feel some pressure.
Take what fucking Madden gives you. Can't take anything for granted this year.
No way.
Like in years past, like you might decline a penalty or something, but like not this Madden.
I mean, speaking about that, in our Week 18 game, you declined 2 penalties,
I did.
and
Lost.
and then I chewed the clock on you. So karma works kind of funny.
I mean, the first one was like an illegal man downfield on like a normal ass play. It was dubious. The second one was it? Oh, is it hit out of bounds?
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. Honestly, when the hit out of bounds.
Oh my God, that was a scary throw.
The hit out of bounds was close enough to like the goal line that I just didn't want to be close.
Yeah.
Get inside the 6-7 yard line, like it gets hard to score. I'd rather be on the 18 than the 8.
No doubt.
Sure.
This is man coverage here. You can see the alignment of the defensive end.
I'm throwing a fucking dart.
Mm-hmm. That's a bad throw. He even has ETN underneath for a lot of yards, but he pumps it downfield, and that was kind of dangerous.
Yeah, Luis, you had a sexy red fucking throw today.
When?
Yeah, that's sexy red.
To Jameson, the one where he kind of split, he veered off like a super deep rounded corner route. Just kind of split the safeties, and it was red, and he ran under it.
Great throw by the Jaguars there. What a chain mover.
I have a super short memory with Madden, so I don't remember.
That's fair. It was the third of like the 3 deep Jameis touchdowns, I believe.
I like Horn on this play,
I think he was in the slot maybe because he was.
Oh, okay,
from,
yeah.
like, the middle of the field.
Yeah. I know
It
which
was
one
a
you're talking
dot.
about.
It was a real dot, and it was red. You high pointed it, huh?
No, I did not. I just
Oh, it's just
L2.
the 99 throw power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
God, I wish I,
mean,
had that.
For me, that would have been a high point, and because you rack it, you can get under it when it's red.
Oh
And a
my.
terrible interception. It's been the
Is that
story of the
alert?
day for the Jags. No, it's not a lurk. Oh my God!
Stop
no
and
way
go?
he did that.
Disrespect him.
Gee, the Jags. You had a better route with the corner at 1-on-1 with the corner, and you're
Yeah,
out here throwing
he's
that.
got his blinders on.
He's played
Sorry.
better than this. He's a good player. Like he's developing, but not his game
Yeah.
for sure. Not his game. He didn't even have pressure. He just threw it right at the defense.
Yeah, it happens. Now you gotta cover that middle of the field. Oh,
Jelani Woods is just a monster. I've played against him in numerous playoff games, numerous regular season games. I'm always playing Jit because we both win our divisions mostly. And man, that guy is good.
No, I mean, yeah, Jit.
yeah,
this,
shit. I guess Jit has had a monopoly in that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brasser didn't give him the fight. No, definitely didn't give him the fight.
Ooh,
Only
he
your
was
one,
in
right?
there. Oh,
I mean, if
Decent.
there's ever a time for a fumble for the Jags, he's probably begging for one. And if I'm Jit, I'm going on conservative right now.
If he's not
I
on
think-
conservative, he's high.
Yeah, I think Jit went on conservative after the fumble.
No doubt.
I'm sure he did. That's adaptable. That's good. Smart. Man, the Jags are looking like they're in some serious trouble here now. You see, you let up a touchdown here, you're fucked, really.
Yeah, this one's pretty much over. Post route with Mitchell if it's me.
Too much moving around. It's gonna be wide open in the slot 17. I can almost guarantee he's not gonna cover it. Draw. Interesting.
Oh,
Hit him. Hit him. Click on and hit him. You got
That
to
was
hit
That
him
was,
right there.
that was a really good play call. He just got caught up in his lineman, or else that's an easy 10.
He's got to throw the ball there. It's 3-4 versus 5 wide. I mean, it's cute, but you have such an advantage, right? 5 receivers versus linebackers. Just my problem. It looks like a blitz though. Maybe he'll trick you here. I'm thinking
he
it's
probably-
RPO inside
he
zone.
probably-
his alignment is
But-
fucked. He has tight end. Ooh,
Lurk. Lurk.
Oh,
Terrible throw by Jit and Lurk. He gets
This-
the ball
yeah,
back.
this is a game again.
Mhm.
Yeah. Aluakon.
Jag has to slow his game down a little bit. I feel like he's rushing. He did miss a very key throw last drive with his quarterback, but I want to see.
Did speaking of abilities, I think Richardson got Gunslinger.
He
which
did.
I think that throw, non-gunslinger, potentially a better throw.
I don't know. I saw him get lurked hard. I'm not
Did
too
y'all
sure.
see?
if
Did you
anything
see
else.
kind of the way he threw it?
He
No,
throws it fast, man.
He did get it out really quick. Yeah, I think without Gunslinger, he might not get it out.
You can't make all those
too many
adjustments
audibles,
line,
yeah.
my friend. Come on. In the playoffs, just call a play and
a lot
just
of
do
rookie
what works.
mistakes here in the third quarter.
But usually games like this, when you see lots of rookies' mistakes, they learn on the job and they win, right? We've seen it before, I feel like. It's the veterans not coming up
You
clutch.
got to skin the spot guy. Yeah.
Just sending a blitz here. This is a blitz. Circle wide open. That's a great throw. Come on, you got to outrun him there. Nice throw.
Who's that? Oh, Higgins.
Elijah Higgins, T. Higgins.
No, it's from Colorado State, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's not T.
For a play in your own end zone, you'll take 25 yards, right? I would almost want to hit circle. At some point, that's a big catch and run. This guy has a good receiving core. Very good receiving core.
I mean, he's got Lawrence, he's got ETN, he's got Thomas, Ingram still. He's got weapons. And he has Kyler Murray still making $40 million.
Yeah, that's pretty weak. But what are you going to do? You got to hit the curl here, man. It's triangle. It's wide open. Yes, you're learning. Look at learning on the job.
Oh.
Learning on the job. And he gets away from 2 defenders. Is he going to score? 10-5 touchdown. You like that hot mic?
Yeah, that was just user error right there with the missed chop
Mhm.
tackle.
Jit, it's a problem where he doesn't disguise his blitz, and it's a consistent thing that he gets caught in sometimes, but it doesn't work at times. He doesn't hide his blitz.
A lot of people don't.
It's showing your cards like you're at a fucking poker table. Look at him kicking it short.
Whoa,
Man,
what's this?
He's going to go for this hit, Luis. That's what he's doing. Come catch the ball so you can get hit. I don't kick it further though.
I'm falling down. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Spinning is
If you
Dude,
spin it to somebody and they hit you in the back, you lose the ball a lot.
I'm running to the 25 and I'm falling down. 23 if I have to. I don't fucking care.
That's fair. Evan Ingram on that long touchdown reception with a juke. Tight ends doing that? Man, you would never see guys doing that.
He juked like 3 AI players.
That's pretty fire. He had a blocker in front.
With the one juke move. That's good.
Now we got a game. We got a little over a quarter. Jags
don't run cover 2 without any zone drops, please.
Or at least put the middle linebacker in the middle third. Why are you using it? I don't understand. Back City all day. Someone's gonna be sacked.
Let's go.
Sacked. Big sack by the Jaguars there.
And that was low key the perfect play call for what Jit had. Cover 2, no adjustments. He had nothing downfield on that.
Jit doesn't run enough with his quarterback. I'm starting to see it also.
No, he's a pocket passer.
He should have traded this guy. Got a bag for him. Marcus would have eaten this up all day. Instead, he got shitty ass Jane Daniels. Jags, you have to open up your fucking bag and be a YPL vet here. You got to start to learn it a little bit. That's bagged up.
If Richardson is ass next year, ratings wise, which he probably will be, I'd be looking to trade for him in YPL.
So would I? He's a monster.
Fuck yeah, I would run a lot. That's for sure. McCarthy having like 85 speed and being 6'3" is like nice, but fucking
sacked.
90.
Wow, that has to be a fumble or a sack. That's trash about this game. And looking at the Jaguars now, looking down the barrel, he only scored like a minute ago. He's getting the ball real quick, and this punt return may take him into field goal range if he doesn't get killed here. That's smart. He's like 20 yards from field goal range. Enter quarter 4. This is YPL playoffs. This is what it's all about. This is going to be a long podcast episode, but I'm enjoying this one. What do you think, fellas? Has it been a good time?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the high safety here. It's man coverage. It's probably cover 3. One of the two things.
For sure.
I don't like running it there with the stacked box.
Mid blitz. I mean, you have now disguise it. That was better. He's learning on the job, just like the Jags is. But it's dropping shit. I mean, it's going to be hard to look at the way you can cut this back if you run it. That's a great run.
Nice.
You got to juke him here. You got to juke him. Oof, good run.
That was a great play call.
He might be out conservative himself.
It's annoying you can't see people's adjustments live. Like if there's a little panel in the bottom right or something, you're conservative, you're gay. You're cool, steady, you're unconservative. LOL. You have never. I'm not.
What, you can't see when people change it to conservative?
You can't see it in live time. Like there's not like a little ticker that's like conservative zone reminder. You know.
Oh,
ATM's open.
They don't go and change it. Yeah. Oh.
And Juke's up, man.
He
You
might
got to
be
pick
fine.
up a block, 7. You got to pick up a block. 3 interceptions, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he is in scoring range, gentlemen. That is Jit not capitalizing, my friends. You should know this. He's a vet.
One bad pick. Oh, why are you turning to that?
Oh, you can't throw that. Wow, good interception by Jit, but that is an awful throw.
What happened? Did he just
got pressure?
rush? Did he press R2 to rush through the animation and then turned around the wrong way?
I don't know. He's just bagged on that play.
He turned around the wrong way.
I don't understand.
Quarterback, Lawrence.
I mean, that was not good. You have Jit at the 8-yard line. Better expect him to run. Nickel 2 trap. Make sure Mitchell doesn't run down the sidelines. Slot corners, when they blitz, blow up inside zone. They blow up inside zone. So he needs to be aggressive here, man. Not too aggressive and let up a touchdown, but aggressive enough to know, hey, we're losing this game, right? He'll have the tight end in the seam if he throws it. He should not be used during this deep play.
You can middle.
He's gonna run. Doesn't get anything. 3.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, if it was you, Mish, and you see him using the high safety cover 3, would you be trying to manipulate him, or are you just playing your game normal?
No, I'm making him make a decision for sure.
Like a nice seam to the tight end, then run like a super deep dig or something like that.
somebody's like clearly
Sack. Wow.
clearly using the same guy time and time again. I'm definitely going after him.
This guy doesn't do zone drops because if he did, I can promise you, Jit is not throwing this ball more than 3 yards for rack. But now, look at what he's calling trips tight end. This could be a seam in the slot. This could be a corner route.
Wheel route.
There's a lot
Wheel route in the slot. Nope. Wheel route out of the backfield.
That's great coverage by 33. Jit
And then you're sending
out of his end zone. Oh,
you're doing squeeze block here, right?
He didn't. This is conservative.
Wow.
You don't want him to hit the punter though. At the same time, if you get that, that could be the end of the game for you.
I wouldn't call a block play, but I would manually try to block it for sure. And then if you don't get a good jump, you just pull off.
That's fair.
It's such a short distance. You can manually block that, like, pretty good chance. I mean, 50-50 maybe.
Yeah.
Snap the ball quickly before he makes his adjustments. Be fast, right? You're wasting a lot of time. Oh, that's actually a good adjustment. Get the safeties away from the box. It worked out for him. Run the ball, man. It works. Run the ball.
He's been picking up like 10 yards each run.
I don't ever fucking get through the hole like that with my running backs.
There's no hole for us.
On the base call, you got to let that guard go. So sometimes I kind of pause if I'm not getting killed immediately, and I'm actually picking up pretty good gains there.
Yeah,
but it's not consistent.
Base is reliable because you get that low polar.
It's time to establish a run. ETN was very close to breaking it for him last time. In the catching game, too. If he's ever in the flats open the rest of the game, you have to hit him. I would even look over someone deeper. That's got to go outside with that. Got to go outside. Got to be a cheeser. Got to go outside.
Yeah.
Sim God. All right. Jags has been here before. So has Jit. Both throwing some red zone turnovers. Is Jags good for another? Can Jit get the stop? We got to see. I like that he's running the ball, slowing the pace of the game down. But Jit is setting up for us. So I would move over a circle to the left. You see, you can kind of motion the guy over.
Yeah, I think. Good cut.
It's not
that
good
was
enough.
Kind of a little too obvious, I think. That seemed like an obvious inside zone.
If he catches Jit in the blitz again and throws a pick, like that's your money play. You catch someone blitzing, it's time to throw a fucking touchdown, right?
If this is 4-down territory, you got to act like it. Don't panic.
Run.
Yep. Nice.
Oh,
nice.
He runs it. He's on a conservative still. Man, this guy is a gamer. Super big respect. Super big respect.
So I'm saying 3rd and 7, 4-down territory. You can run on 3rd and 7, or
you
no
can doubt.
Go and get 4 yards. Like,
well, I like
ETN.
I like square.
Just run. Fucking run it again. Look at the top. I don't know. Do whatever you want, I guess. You're losing yards second time. That's 10 yards lost. That's 10 yards lost.
Oh.
This game. You're thinking too much.
Is that because he called a play that wasn't available?
He called either that wasn't available or he motion audible from plays.
Killing me.
That's killing him right now. 1st and 15 is longer than 1st and 10, and you don't want to be there. Jit is blitzing. You can see in the alignment. He's not going to have time to throw the ball the way he wants to throw it, man.
Oh, wow. That.
Oh!
It has to be held longer. That's just, it's not a good throw. Like, with that amount of time, he threw it too quickly.
He had no time. The DN pulled up, too. Should have been a sack, really.
It looked like decent blocking from my perspective, but man, he's not capitalizing on Jit blitzing. That's so bad. That's so rookie shit.
Oh, Dahot.
Oh,
got it.
Travis Etienne, can you believe it?
That was a dangerous throw.
Well, it's a defensive tackle at the very least. Not if it was a defensive end, he didn't catch it, or linebacker, but that's a fat DT. You can't really.
Is that who's all the way out there?
That was a DT, I think. Or like one of Jit for some reason has like these 83 speed monster defensive ends. I have 2 guys like 90 speed. They don't do shit. Maybe that's the swagger. Slow defensive ends like on the slower end, like 80 speed, Fellas, we are looking for a fucking electric finish right now, and the podcast is thriving. Go hit this guy, and if you're Jit, go get some yards. Don't fumble though.
Oh,
go hit him.
Oh!
And Jags got it.
Oh my god.
I mean, he can kill clock right here.
Let's see the tempo adjustment.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
10.
Don't run that zone toss, whatever you do.
You can run toss if it's pinched up. You don't want toss if it's like.
Okay, good. You don't run toss on first down and
Field goal range. Even if you kick for feet, it's okay.
That's a minus. It's a -6 waiting to happen. Oh, is this a read option? That's a keeper. Oh.
ETN's wide open.
Oh.
But honestly, don't score too fast. Score, yeah, score for sure. Don't score like, Jid is really blowing this game, and it's really surprising. But like we spoke before, guys who make rookie mistakes in games, a lot of time they win. You better not throw the ball here, or you're crazy. You checked out.
He's gonna get another penalty.
He had a lane there,
yeah.
But it closed up quickly.
Don't run this play again, dude. You fucking. He did this.
He's not learning on the job right now.
It's like
did it again!
Did it again.
Literally just did that.
Just kick the field goal. It's okay.
You
got the ball.
Same thing the last fucking drive.
Moth to a fucking flame. They can't help it, Mish.
They can't help it, Mish. Oh man, this is a nightmare.
I don't hate mesh right here.
I don't hate going for it, but like, goddamn, dude, you're making mistakes on very key downs. Look at Higgins.
It's desperate. He's gonna throw.
Get square.
Yeah, that's not desperate. That's a dot, Mish. Don't say it's desperate. It's a dot.
It is desperate. It is desperate.
Jit can't run cover 2. Look at the play call. That's a bad play call. Tampa 2, the corners, if they're not pressed, they don't come down fast enough. That was a dot.
Well, he should have had his zone drops at 0 if he's running that.
Man, this is
they don't
crazy.
Go anywhere, right?
Wait, did Jit call timeout? No 2-minute warning. He called timeout. That's crazy. I would not have called that timeout.
I mean, you might as well.
I think it's fine.
Actually.
Yeah.
But he can get a timeout. He can get a first down.
No, he can't. Really. Oh, he can.
He can get a first down. He can get at the 1 yard line. At the 1 yard line. Oh no, you can't. You can't get it. You're right. Dude, run the ball 3 times.
Kind of a genius timeout, low key. I have to give him credit.
Timeout.
Get in there. Nice tackle. So now you got the 2-minute warning. Then you call another timeout. That was a great timeout.
I'm running it 3 times here. I don't know about you guys. I'm good on that. Bleed the clock out. He's actually playing really good deep coverage, right? Like his deep coverage, we were criticizing it, but it's taking away a lot of avenues. And in a game with not many penalties, the Jags, it's like Brett Favre, bro. He's like Brett Favre. But this is upset number 2. This is number 3 versus number 6 right now. Yeah, number 6. Let's see it. Electric ass game. I don't like stretch here because everyone's spaced out, but you could cut it up.
I would just run ISO. Oh, nice.
Oh man, that's a good run. That's a good run.
Yeah.
So you can't get a first.
So Jets is gonna get the ball back with what, like 110?
I mean, ideally you want to score a touchdown, right?
Dang.
You don't want to fucking.
Back to the stretch. If Jit's user gets caught inside, he could be gone. No, stay to the left. Oh no.
Oh.
Dude,
all right, he can burn this down
to the left, and all you got to do is beat Jit's user, and he probably gets blocked.
I would have liked to see him run the ball and at the worst take a sack on conservative, but you bleed this down. Take the penalty. Don't even kick it. Don't kick it, Jags. Be a good little boy.
I agree.
You need to bleed every second. Every second is an opportunity wasted.
Don't call a timeout.
No.
All right, smart play.
That's good. Bro, do you not see him? He's learning on the job. Look at Cam Little's face scan. Jesus. He looks like a little pencil.
Jesus.
He's like the little scrawny white dude that fucks those chicks in porns and they're like huge Amazonian bitches.
See, Luis? See how much power he did? That was like 40%.
Man, whatever. You can't rub it in. It's too soon.
You gotta
that
didn't
lose you the game. I'm just.
Well,
in the moment it did because it was.
I had to chase points. Yeah.
Game, but
that's a great kick. If he takes this out, he's silly. He took it out.
Ooh.
That is craziness. He just wasted 7 seconds doing that. You need that 7 seconds. You need it. If he runs out of time and gets sacked, you'll know why.
1 minute, no timeouts is tough. This is why, Luis. This is why I didn't call my timeouts early against you. If I
play your defense back.
If I can just keep one timeout, that changes the whole ball game.
I don't like this defense at all.
I don't like this man cover one.
Zach.
Oh,
Campbell, we got to pick this. Wow.
Oh,
Not a bad throw by Jit. I know it's kind of covered, but you need something. It goes out of bounds. That's not bad.
1-on-1, it's reasonable.
1-on-1. Cover 4, bro. And do
He
your
wanted
zone.
that little curl route, and low key, Jags was on it.
He's actually disguising his man coverage well. What is it? It's probably man again, right?
Yeah, it's risky when you have that zero blitz and the safety has to go all the way across the field. Like, you need to manually move him.
oh my God.
Oh
That's...
my God, he uncorked it.
Oh,
Pick that.
That is like a 70-yard throw right there, right? Or like a 65-yard throw.
that's crazy.
That was a bomb.
But you know what? In this circumstance, don't go for the fuck. Don't click on unless you're the defender that's near there. You're gonna trigger a pass interference. You're gonna trigger one. No soft coverage. Your guys have to be playing back.
He
Playing
better
back.
not go cover one
Is he
again.
gonna call man again?
I'm okay with. He's looking for
He
man.
wants to sit the house.
He's crazy, bro. No, don't do it. Call cover 4.
He
Call
wants to sit in the house.
He's waiting for the play. Cover 3. Let's chill. It's man again, bro. I think it's man again. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm running cover 6.
He has that out. Yeah.
That's a good throw. That's a good
Deep
throw.
blue. That was a dot.
That's a good throw.
Can't go man every fucking play.
You got to mix this up. I would man up his slot or like a middle linebacker on someone near the line of scrimmage, but
I mean,
That's
he's
good.
looking at Mitchell.
I don't like this
You
at
gotta
all.
back off that press on the left side. No, he ran with him. Wow.
That's a pick,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, that's a pick.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. He is
What?
so Mitchell dependent. He needs a man on him the whole game. Everyone, if you play this guy, you got to man him up just and play straight over top every time. Don't call
I mean, he only has
2-4.
40 seconds left. He needs to go like 40 yards.
He wants to run man the whole
30?
end of the game.
20 max. He can
Over
get
4
away
quarters,
with it.
straight over top. Make him make a throw. Dude,
What
his
is this
corner alignment's
cover?
so bad.
I don't
bro.
like
Do it.
his X Factor blitzing.
This looks very bad, but it could
Yeah.
work.
Oh,
It's not
I
open.
mean, that's just Mitchell.
And the fact that Jid is able to live, someone's got to click on and pick. I know I said it earlier in the drive. You might trigger a PI. This guy's gonna aggressive catch you in the end zone. Like this is scary every time, is it not?
Yeah,
But
very
Mitchell's
scary.
probably tired now. Mitchell's probably tired, no? After all these licks.
Yeah, he might be subbed out. He is subbed
I
out.
don't like 1-on-1 the left side at all. Inbounds, dropped it.
That's-
That saved the
Ooh.
game for him right there. That was the game. Hail Mary.
And
Quarter.
this is where zone drops need to come in.
Cover 4 drop. Even if he throws it across the middle, fuck it. Who cares? Actually, nah, he's pretty far from field goal range. He would need like a 20, 25, like a 30-yard corner route or something. I hate this coverage.
Yeah, you just need to tackle him like within the 50.
He needs to run more to the middle.
Dude,
Why
these
is he over there?
alignments are dubious. He's getting away with it.
He won't continuously.
Oh, he has that tight end. Oh,
Nope.
It's over.
that's game.
Bro, and it's
Yeah,
not
that's
even a
game.
bad throw. This Jags guy has to pay attention, but he got away with the fucking win.
4 straight
Wow.
bumps.
You believe that?
No, is Jit quitting?
Concede?
He's conceding. No.
No.
Just a little
Okay.
rage. Pause. Damn.
That's the pause of 12-5, losing to 11-6, losing to a divisional teammate. Wow, that is a huge
You know,
I
that was-
upset.
I low key put the hex on him. I said it wasn't a hex. I'm
I
surprised.
mean, he was up
I mean,
what?
no disrespect. He faltered there down the stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, Jax
good game.
made the plays, and Jit had a couple of giveaways. The fumble on the kickoff and the pick on the goal line, basically. About to go up 14.
Sure. That was honestly, Jags. I think he earned his first stripe today. If there are stripes given out,
Clutch. I
Yeah,
came out of the game
that was a good
saying
win.
he wasn't going to do shit.
he scored like third, I don't know, 17 or 18 straight. Just scored zip in the second half. No points in the second half. It's not good enough, but it is what it is. Before we wrap this up, I just want to put a spotlight on you, Mish. Your season was looking strong at times, hit or miss, but definitely rocking a really efficient QBR, a nice interception touchdown ratio. If you could say one thing to your future opponents in the league, what would it be? Let's put them on notice, right? Let's put them on notice. You don't really flex your shit, but flex one time.
I mean, I don't have anything to flex. I didn't make the playoffs the first 2 years. And last year I made the playoffs, but no, I mean, like I said, I feel like my game speaks for itself. Stats wise, one of the more efficient and ball protective teams this whole season. So just got to win the close games next year. A lot of close games getting lost. That you flip a few of those, and then you win 11, 12 games. So not here to talk any shit, but I'll talk shit about you in our stream if we play. So
Fire. And Luis, your season ended abruptly. It was a good performance. You won week 18. You got in. You took towels basically to the breaking point. I mean, it really was there. So well, what is your fucking motivation for next season? Like, how are you going to string this together and do this all over again?
My core staying intact. I got some pieces on defense. I think I just need to re-sign everybody. Maybe make a splash during the off season. Draft another defensive tackle. I'm just looking, trying to break my streak of losing early in the playoffs. If I think I'm pretty confident if I can get deep in the playoff, in the playoffs, I think I have a good chance. Yeah, I have a good chance of making the bowl if I just break through that 1 or 2 games that I need.
I think I agree with you. Well, I'm gonna shout us out. I'm gonna fucking end this podcast in a minute. But if you could put one YPL member in front of you and one behind you, who would you pick? It's been the YPL podcast, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It was a good talk, good recording of the game. We'll see you in 2 weeks or a week and a half. Goodbye.